Okay, welcome to the second day of our 7-day challenge to heal our pelvic floor. Today we will talk a little bit more theoretically, very much anatomically, how to keep our posture. And this again, similarly to yesterday, I want you to do small check-ins with yourself throughout the day, how you are moving through the day, especially from the pelvis and upwards. That's going to be our main focus. There's a lot to say about the legs too, but to keep it more simple and accessible for you to learn this in such a short amount of time and then also be able to integrate it, I'm going to focus on the upper part, and then slowly, when you feel ready, you can combine this with the 360 degrees functional breath that we did yesterday. And those two together is like fireworks to heal our pelvic floor. So you need a wall today. You need something to sit on. You could also possibly do this on a chair, and then it would be great if you have a chair that is 90 degree angle for the pelvis and the back to lean back towards. So we're going to sit close to the wall. If you need to sit on a cushion, on a yoga block or something, please do. Otherwise, you can just take your mat into the wall all the way. You want to find your sitting bones, and you can keep your legs in any way that feels comfortable, cross-legged or in front of you or something else. I prefer to take the soft part of my buttocks and just gently move it backwards to feel those sitting bones all the way down. And you can also like walk a little bit toward the wall, and then you'll feel that nice connection with the sitting bones down, rooted down toward the wall. So from here, we want to create a natural curve for the spine, which is the base of our posture. And we do not want to have a straight spine, like a completely straight spine. Sometimes in yoga, in Pilates, in other exercises, you should tuck your pelvis. We do not want to do that. That is not healthy for our pelvic floor. So we want to have a natural spine, and that is a bit wavy. And I'll go through with the wall exactly how you position yourself. So when you have those sitting bones just in the corner of the wall and the floor, you want to be able to place the backside of your pelvis toward the wall. So you feel a nice connection with the backside of the pelvis toward the wall. Then, a little bit higher up, and you can feel this with your hands, you should have a gap. And this is not a big gap. If it's too big, it means that we are doing something with our pelvis or our rib cage, which is not healthy positioning. So usually it's like a thrusting forward with the lower ribs or something like that. So we want to be able to have a small gap, but a gap. Again, if there's no gap, we are probably having a posture which is more similar to this, and that we want to avoid too. So it's a balance, it's a small gap, and then again, similarly like yesterday, you take your hands, you find the lowest ribs on your back, and you make sure that they touch the wall. So they need to touch the wall, but you still have this gap in between the pelvis and the lower ribs. This is the optimal positioning, and this is where I see women are having a hard time to position themselves. The hardest, like this is the biggest issue for most. So please spend time here. You know, sit toward this wall, breathe like we did yesterday in this position, and really integrate this into your fascia and muscle memory. It will have such a great effect on your pelvic floor and core health. Okay, so from here, the base of the ribs moving all the way up into the shoulders, or shoulder blades rather, we are having a connection with the wall. We're feeling the wall from the base of the ribs on the back all the way up to the shoulder blades, to the top of the shoulder blades. Okay? We're still having this gap in our lower back. Yes. Repetition is the mother of knowledge. That's a Swedish saying. I don't know if you've heard that, but repetition is so, so good. So you can close your eyes now if you don't really feel you want to watch me. And really feel this integration toward the wall. After the top of the shoulder blades, we want to have a gap for the neck. But we want to align the neck as much as possible with the spine. So we don't want the neck to become like this. Like this is the spine and then here comes the neck. We want it to be as much in line as possible with the natural curve as it can be. So you want to place this part of your skull toward the wall. And maybe now, if you can't reach or that feels too tensed for you to do, you take a small pillow or a small like towel or something you can fold, and you keep it in between your head and the wall. And slowly, as you progress in this work, you will be able to remove the towel or the pillow. So now you have the sitting bones connected down, rooted down, the backside of the pelvis, a gap. Then the lower ribs are connected to the wall, all the way up to the top of the shoulder blades, a gap in the neck, and then the backside of the head connected to either the wall or a pillow. Final touch here. Imagine you have a thread in your head that is really dragging your whole spine up toward the sky. And while doing it, do not lose contact with the lower ribs from the wall. So many things going on here. Sitting bones are rooting down, head is driving upwards, and you're keeping this connection to the wall with certain parts of your backside of the body. And now, let's just breathe here. So if you feel it's applicable for you to do the type of functional breath that we did yesterday, you can do it. And if you feel you just want to take some deep breaths here, that's also okay. The focus for today is the posture and how we position all of these body parts rather than mixing the breath and the posture. If you feel that is too much, that can come on at a later point in time. So you just breathe, take 2 more breaths, trying to relax the face, the shoulders, the arms, the legs, and activating where we are focusing on today in the posture. Last breath here. Well done. So that's it for today. Great, great work. Remember to do the small check-ins throughout the day. Don't get obsessed with this type of posture or yesterday's type of breath. Just slowly start to integrate it into your daily life and see the magic happen.